now put our cam pulleys on. I have marked them. The one is intake, the other one's exhaust. They have 2 little dots that need to just align up. It's just a reference point. These ones don't actually have a keyway attached to them. So they are free running pulleys. Then I just give them a hand tight, not even fully hand tight. I can still slightly move. And that's just so that we can do the final line up and adjustment. Once we've fitted the belt. Alright. So now next phase, bring our tensioner and our belt. Client did not give go ahead on a new timing belt, as this belt wasn't replaced too long ago. It was just that the seals were leaking. Now our belt is back on. Just going to go ahead and double checking everything to make sure that once we do tighten it up, our 2 marks align with each other. They look good. Happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up our tensioner. Being very mindful, this is a torque bit. Can't over tighten them. The torque spec for this is 20 Newton meters. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's nice and tight. Happiness. Next step is just to give this a hand tighten. The problem is you cannot over tighten them with a hand. You will either break the back end of the cam and your timing tool and just cause yourself a lot of frustration and headache. So I do a proper hand tighten, ensuring that nothing moves, and then we're gonna just give it a quick buzz with a rattle gun. Timing is now back on its mark, so we're happy with that. Nothing has shifted, everything is back in its place. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove my locker tool. Rattle gun is really there just for making sure it's a bit tighter than what your hand can make it. Once that's done, can go ahead and start refitting all the plastic covers. Not going to force. So I've gone ahead and I've fitted all my plastic covers. That's all back. Next step will be crank pulley. Crank pulley, and that's got a little keyway that fits on the keyway of the crank back end pulley. That we're going to torque up shortly with a torque wrench to 95 Newton meters as per specification. For now, I'm just touching it with a rattle gun. Next step will be our tensioner and our V-belt. First fit my bracket. The reason I fit that first, so that I can just fit my mounting. Some people do use a rattle gun to tighten bolts like this. I prefer not to, as most of these pieces that we assemble are aluminium, and a rattle gun can quickly damage threads on the bolt or on the mounting. So I'm still from the old school, preferring to use a normal ratchet. It does take a bit longer, but at the end of the day, you save yourself the embarrassment of fixing broken or damaged threads or replacing parts unnecessarily. Once that's tight, we're going to lift the car up so that it's a little bit easier to work. In this little spot over here, our tensioner will sit nicely on its place. Again, it's just hand tight for now. We will tighten it up in a bit. And then I can go ahead and rework my belt. Work our tensioner, feel with the hand, make sure all the grooves are happy. Now we can safely lower our vehicle. So vehicle's lowered, we're going to go ahead and refit our rocker cover. All my surfaces have been cleaned prior to continuing with the job. These ones can be a bit tricky because the bolts don't actually leave the rocker cover. There we go. Always do it as per the sequence that they give you on the specifications. I always just get all of them kind of flush, making sure that nothing pinches. Again, I've seen the guys use rattle guns to do this. I prefer not to, because if the rocker cover for 1 second is not perfectly flat or flush, you can twist it, crack it, and or damage the bolt. So I go back to the old way and just doing it up by hand. It also gives you a good feel to the rocker cover actually seating nicely.